Salam alaikum, part 2 on the Awthan. Let's just jump right up to where we left off on the last part. You can see my lack of technology. Look at this. Look at how the screen looks. Irrelevant. I know it's in the book. That's what counts. Now we're talking again. He's giving you the definitions of this gibbet. Number 1, sihr. That means an illusion that is not true, representing something that is not what it's supposed to represent. It represents the opposite. So we could say in English, presenting the wrong as right and the right as wrong. Then we have the sanam. The sanam would be an idol. What's the difference between sanam and Awthan? Well, in this time where he's referring to, the sanam were statues. You know, that they would have the type of statue that would be carved, Lati wa Uzza, and you know that they would put them inside the Kaaba. And remember, Prophet Muhammad cleaned out the Kaaba and got rid of all the statues, idols, let's say. And then he says, Asah, it's better to say, Annahu am likulli sanam o sihr o kahana o ma ashba dalik. So he's saying that it's in general anything that refers to all of the other types of things and anything that resembles that. So there's a controversy. Which is worse, the sanam or the Awthan? I think they're both equal, because the only difference is the Awthan is more, I would believe, more widespread, because, you know, you can distribute pictures of saints and you can have lies distributed easier by trinkets and medals and little pieces of hair tied up in a little knot that you can stick on a baby's head and think that's going to keep away evil spirits. All of these things are functioning in the same way, to make you farther away from Allah, to not believe in one almighty power above and disbelieve in all other powers. So he's going on and on, as he should, because it is very, very important. Here's a point that's about the Taghut, those who go to extremes in misbehavior. So can I say kufr? Misbehaving rulers, tyrants. The translation is tyrant, okay? Taghut. ما تجاوز به العبد حده من معبود أو متبوع أو مطاع. Okay, what do these words mean? Let's begin. Abudat kal asnam. This means you can worship the asnam, the statues. Wal matbu'a ka'ulama dalal. So we have to get the Arabic here so you can really get it. Abd means worship. So if you're going to follow the Taghut, you will worship a statue. We have so many statues in America of the Confederate soldiers. Remember they smashed them? You remember that about 10 years ago? And we have so many statues of Indian chiefs that we pretend we respect, but we really don't, because we slaughtered them all. Let's get on to the next subject. So remember, that is the ma'abud al-asnam. You're worshiping idols in what he's categorizing here, because we know that abd means to worship. Next, matbua means to follow. Taba'a will be you're following the bad scholars. Ulama ad-dalal. You see how important this is in the current times? Because they're all accusing each other. Oh, you're a bad scholar. You're paid by the government. It's just, you know how they fight, and they will forever. Prophet Muhammad said they're going to fight forever. So don't wait around to believe in a good one because everybody will be happy. No. You just ask Allah to guide your heart. read, and then he will let sink in what he will, okay? I suggest this book, especially to ex-Catholics. This is the one you really need. Okay, and then the last one, remember, let's review. معبود, متبوع, and مطاع. The ones who are obeyed. Who are they? The amara, the rulers. فطاعتهم في تحريم, and here's why he's saying you can't. في تحريم ما أحل الله وتحليل ما حرم الله. They allow what Allah has forbidden, and they forbid what Allah has allowed. Could that be Tunisia, where they don't allow multiple marriage? Yeah. Is it only? I'm not sure. I think there's another country. I think it might be Algeria too. Whatever. We don't live there. We live here. Now, don't say they don't allow it here. Yes, they do. But you won't be able to get your rights in court. So if you want to marry a man who has another wife and you say, it's okay with me, legally it's supposedly forbidden, but it's really not. In practice, I know there's so many of them here, especially in the Boston area. But if something goes wrong, don't expect an American court is going to defend you, okay? Now, here comes the scary part. It's not scary, but I know how much this is controversial. I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. I remember when I was in the airport in Holland, and I was on my way to Ireland, and they found my book, and they had some Moroccan, whatever they call them, these people that are inspectors or work with the government to find out who's a terrorist. So he comes to me and he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, is this your book?" And I said, "Yeah, you just took it out of my carry-on. It's up at the end of that little belt." He said, you read this? You can understand this? See, he's Moroccan, and he can't understand it. So he's not willing to accept that I can read this and understand it. Especially I'm a woman, I'm an older woman. What would I ever know? And I said, "Yes, I can read it and understand it." He said, "You understand everything that's in this?" I said, "Yep." He said, "Do you agree with everything that's in this?" I said, "Yep." I'll never forget this day. What was it, 3 years ago? It was one of the happiest days of my life. And he just looked at me and he said, "Ma'am, you're planning to bring this book into Ireland?" I said, "Yeah, because I'm an ex-Catholic, so don't worry about me." And his eyes opened up like this, and he went, to me back the book, he said, "May Allah protect you, ma'am. Faddali, go ahead." And my heart just leapt with joy. Here's an Arab, Moroccan, but still Arab. They know Arabic. A lot of them know Arabic very well, but they prefer the slang. And I said to myself, only Allah can do this.